Welcome, guys, back to my YouTube channel. My name is Charity Wanyuni, and today I'm wearing my mental health, and we're going to talk about the experience part of this YouTube channel. Please subscribe. I really appreciate your support so far. I want this platform to just continue growing. Because I actually enjoy making these videos, and I've noticed I'm leaning more towards recorded presentations, form of episodes. So I feel like this year this is what I'll be doing more. So I'll just be projecting the slides, what I'm talking about, and then maybe b-roll some images and what I want you guys to know more than what I'm talking about on this particular episode. So today I'm going to look at why I'm more intentional about saying what I say yes to. I feel like you watching me or listening to me, whichever time of day, a month you'll watch this episode. I want you to be also intentional about what you say yes to, and this is under the wing of Safe Haven, where I'm just an educator. I'm just a girl who is a nutritionist practicing in Kenya and just mentorship. Yes. So for a very long time, and this I'll be honest, I used to say yes to everything. Even sometimes I look back and I'm like, what was I saying yes to? And I felt it was the right thing to do back then. But as I grew older, as I started experiencing life more, I become picky with what I say yes to. So if I get an opportunity, I assess the opportunity from what will the person benefit from me and what will I benefit. I know it's a bad way of thinking, but for me, I feel like it works for me because there are some opportunities that can come in very good packages, and then when you try to do them, it just messes you up. So also growth, also being seen, and sometimes I was tired, I was burning out, and I felt like I wasn't giving it my 100%. And that time when you're just starting and you get these opportunities, you're like, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. I'm very ambitious. People see me as being ambitious. This is what I'm supposed to do to move forward. I didn't question, like I said, what I'm saying yes to. I feel like when we left school back then, we were like, you know what? If you say no to someone, you're being ungrateful, you're being lazy, you're not being a serious nutritionist. But when I got my first job and I worked for that particular person, I used to see how the person was so picky with what they work for. So for me, I used to think like, this is an opportunity. Why are you saying no to it? Because you were taught that if you said no, you're being ungrateful and you're not being serious about your work. Um, and I said yes. And I know most of you resonate with what I've talked about. And sometimes I didn't even have the capacity to hold that yes account. So I felt like that momentum meant progress for my career as a nutritionist, my career as charity, and just everything to do with charity stuff, even because I was just starting. So sometimes I felt like I just said yes to say yes. So when the yeses started to feel heavy for me, I was really, because for me, when I have a breakdown, I crash out so bad. I really turn into something else. So I started to feel like, why am I saying yes? I'm saying yes to this particular kind of work, and I'm tired. Like, I do not want to show up. I'm unmotivated. I'm demotivated. Um, I was busy back then because I was up and down trying to establish myself as a nutritionist. So I wasn't really present. When you're cruising through life and you're not present, that is how I felt. I also noticed that I was agreeing to things out of fear. Fear of missing out, you're just starting, fear of disappointing people. This brand has reached out. Am I saying no to them? Fear that if I slow down, I'll fall behind. And I know most of you feel that way. The falling behind phase. Oh, you see this one, amepata job and update LinkedIn, anafanya hizi vitu zote, and then you ignore the early warning signs, like you know what, a crash out and a burnout is coming your way. And that is when I became depressed. I think I told you a story about how I became depressed. Just look at it in my story time playlist, or if I've not created, I will. I was really depressed because nothing was going the way I had hoped, and I was doing too much, and I didn't have time to just sit still with myself. So the burnout didn't happen overnight. It was just quiet. It was just this growing sense that my energy was being stretched in too many directions, and I wasn't really present anywhere. And I know most of you, like I said, being busy and you're not productive. Go look at the meaning of being busy and the meaning of being productive, and assess yourself to know if the what you're saying yes to is productive or just to keep you busy. They are two different things, so you have to really be careful with that. Yes. So I think after my depressive state, I caught it so earlier on, so it didn't drag. After that pause, um, before now I started responding. That is when now charity safe haven bloomed, and I knew the direction I wanted this space of myself as a nutritionist to go. So I stopped and paused before responding to requests, before committing to plans. And if you ask my pastor Lilia, she'll tell you, if I have a crash out, I just tell her, you know what, I am burning out and I'm tired, just take the lead this week. And I'm glad I have understanding people around me. So when I'm having those posing times, they really give me a soft landing. I don't always say yes automatically, like unajua unaambiwa. I have to really dig deep to know if I can really commit to it or no. Yeah. I began asking myself a few honest questions. Why am I saying yes to this? What am I afraid will happen if I say no? Who truly benefits from this decision of me saying yes or no? And what does this cost me? Not just money, emotionally, mentally, and physically. Because there's some physically demanding opportunities that will make you really turn into such a difficult person. So sometimes the answers now surprise me. These days they don't, because I know myself. But sometimes the answer made me uncomfortable. Sometimes you say no to someone and you're like, I should have just said yes. And then I start second guessing myself. And I just, you know, like that guilt that was rooted in us to say, always say yes, not to disappoint people. Sometimes it wins, but it's really been a journey. And I want you guys to also do the same. Pause. Yeah. So learning that boundaries are just not rejection, and I feel like people don't understand the meaning of boundaries. Guys, go read them. I think I will leave on the screen the meaning of boundaries. So saying no is not being difficult. Saying no is not lack of ambition. Boundaries protect your energy. Boundaries create clarity. Sometimes when you say no to someone, that one is difficult to work with. When you say no, you're just feeling a crash out. Or that one is not ambitious enough. Sometimes they see like you don't care. Those nonchalant people. Yeah, they can be nonchalant. Let me leave the meaning of nonchalancy here. But for me, it's about protecting my energy, my clarity, and also my ability to show up when I say yes. Because I can't say yes to something that, and for me, when I deliver, I want to deliver it to 101. Like, I don't want to leave room for someone to think that I don't know what I'm doing, perfectionism. So I realized that when I constantly said yes without intention, I was slowly resenting everything I once enjoyed. You're showing up to be a speaker in so many things until you end up mixing, when you're creating those. For me, I take one thing at a time. And if now there are cycles. In our cycle, there are just time you have bout of energy. That is when I really accept a lot of things to do. But when I'm lethargic and that luteal phase, I try my best not to push, because I would not enjoy what I'm doing, and that wasn't fair to me or anyone else. When you're crashing out at people, you're not delivering what you said you would. That is not being fair to the person you said yes to, the brand you said yes to, the client you said yes to. Yeah. So, what being intentional looks like for me now, being intentional doesn't always mean I'm never going to say yes anymore. I want you guys to understand that. For me, it means I pause before committing. We should do the same. It means I check in on my capacity to deliver what I want to deliver and what you expect of me. It means choosing alignment over urgency. Ukikuja na agency yako and I'm not ready for it, utaumia. So you give me time and space because I know what I have to offer and I know the skill set I have. I know the kind of person I am, and I know I want to deliver the best for you and what you're asking for. So sometimes it means saying, let me think about it. Sometimes it means declining even when the opportunity looks good on the outside. I'll give you a story. I remember I used to follow, there's a couple that lives in the village. The man is called the present fatherhood, married to this pretty lady, and they have kids, and they relocated from town to home, and they just like that's their content really uh, inspires me, and I love watching. So there's a time they trended because they were given a deal and they said no to it, and people are asking why are you saying no to it even if the deal looks good, and those two are the only people who knew why they said no. So for me, I was looking at them over explaining to the internet. I'm like, why? Yeah, why? So I'm learning to trust that not every opportunity is meant for me, especially in this season of my life when I feel like I'm doing a lot and I'm juggling a lot. And I'm learning that rest, space, and margins are not rewards, they are requirements. For me, my peace is not disrupted. For me, when I want to rest, just let me be. When I need space and I need to compartmentalize things, just let me. For me, they're the root cause of why I look so calm sometimes when things are and I'm just quiet. Yeah. So this is a question for you as I come to the end of this episode. Um, I want you guys to really reflect on this because I'm a very reflective person. I always reflect and over reflect. So I want to leave these questions for you. What are you currently saying yes to? Write it down if you have a journal or in the comment section so that we can interact as a community. What feels aligned and what feels heavy for you? No, what might need a pause before you say yes, and what deserve more intention or attention. Yeah, just think about these three questions or four less and respond to them in your own time. As we end January, because this is the last episode of January, I think I will have a live in the course of the week before we end January so that we can have a Q&A and talk. And I will be sharing how the formula and how I'll be creating content this coming year. So you don't need to have everything all figured out. And this is one thing I'll take my younger generation. Don't do too much because you want everything to happen at this moment. Yeah, it takes time. It's a journey, and sometimes growth doesn't come from adding more. It comes from creating space for you to actually just follow through. Because I feel like these people don't follow through what they need. Mtu anaanzisha this project, and none of the projects are comes to fruition, and then you find someone who and the project and they really dedicated their time and saw it through until the end. So thank you for being here, guys. I really appreciate you and for allowing yourself this moment of reflection. I want to leave you with this. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear what are you becoming more intentional about this year. I know in the first episode of this year, I also asked you the same thing, but I feel like for me, January is a time for you to reflect and plan your year right so that you know where to move forward. If you're going to break your year into quarters, you know that this quarter, what do I want to achieve, short-term goals, long-term goals, and all that. So don't forget to subscribe. Follow me at Charity Safe Haven. Subscribe to my other YouTube channel, the Diabetic Desk with Charity Wanyonyi, where I'll be sharing my passion for diabetes and an extension of my Diabetic Desk series that is usually on every Friday. I really appreciate you guys so much for your support. It makes me happy. And if you want to interact with me more, these are my contacts. And we'll see each other in the next episode or probably next month as we start on something else. So I've been yours, Bye.